Hello, Miss Totai. I'm
Hello.
Justine. I'm your an OT student, and today I wanted to test your visual function. So we're going to do this mini assessment called Map of Scraps, and each of those letters just stand for something within the visual function that we're going to test. Is that something that you want to work on?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so first we're going to start on visual mobility, and for that, I'm going to see if you can walk from this bike to this part of the table, and I'm just going to see how you interact with the environment.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring this over here. Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to walk from the bike to this part of the table.
Okay, walk to the bike and then come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay, Miss Totai. Whoa. Okay, Miss Totai. We can head back to the seat.
Okay.
Good job. That was
Yeah.
good. That was good. Oh. So we're going to sit you down. Good. Okay. Next, I want to test your visual acuity. So I just want to see if you're able to read what it says at the top of this paper.
Mop off scrapes.
Okay, good job. The next thing I want to test is your pupillary reflex.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shine a light into your eye. I'm actually going to block off one side and see your pupillary reaction. So I'm going to use my phone's flashlight. So I'm going to separate here and bring the light. Good. And then on your right eye. Good. The next thing I want to test is, do you experience any double vision at all?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, like when I was reading that, it was like
a little bit
blurry.
blurry.
It was like blurry and like kind of double vision. So,
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now I want to ask about your field of vision. What I'm going to do is cover one of your eyes, or ask you to cover one of your eyes, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to bring my finger in from the sides, from the top, and from the bottom, and I want you to let me know when you see the finger. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to cover that eye, right? And then, sorry, okay. So I'm going to ask you to let me know when you see my finger.
No.
Okay, and then you can leave your hand on that eye. So I'm going to bring it from the bottom up. Let me know when you see my finger.
No.
Okay, and from the top.
No.
And then we're going to cover your other eye. I'm going to do the same.
No.
Okay, from the bottom.
No.
And from the top.
No.
Good. Very good. Now I want to test your saccades.
What is that?
Oh, saccades is just how you scan from like one thing to the other and just, quick movements back and forth.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold up two objects, a blue marker and a black pen. I'm going to say blue, and I would like you to look at the blue marker, and when I say black, I would like you to look at the black marker. And I'm just going to watch the movements of your eye. Blue, black, blue, black, blue, black. Good. Now I'm going to test your convergence, and I'm going to bring the tip of this pencil, or the eraser side of the pencil, close to your nose, and just see how your eyes track how close this pencil comes to your face. Good. Now I'm going to test your range of motion.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to draw little things in front of you, just like H's and X's and a little arch. I just want to see if you can follow along with the tip of my pencil. Okay. Okay, good. And I'm going to do another one. And then one more. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to look at this object that I'm going to have here, and then I'm going to have an object further out. And I'm going to ask you to shift movement from this object to this object.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to say red for this pencil since there's red, and then black for this pen. So red, black, red, black, red, black. Good job. And then I'm going to test your pursuits also. I'm also going to draw an X and an H just to see if you can follow along with my pencil.
Wherever he wants to.
Okay, good. Lastly, I want to test what's called your spatial relations, and that's just how you interpret stuff like within your space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make X's on this side of the paper, and I want you to copy the X's that I draw on this side and place it on your side. So I'll make a line.
I can do that.
A line down the middle, just so you know where your division is. Okay. Your turn. Great. Good job. Okay, so I want to go over the results of your Map of Scraps assessment. It looks as though you have a little bit of difficulty in a little bit of each of the components of this test. So for mobility, no, it isn't. For mobility, this can impact how you navigate through spaces. You were bumping into the edges of the chair, and that can, impact your safety when getting around from like your bathroom to your bed, and just getting from one place to the other. So that's something that we can work on.
I'm also anemic, so I bruise very easily.
Oh, well, see, this is great. We definitely need to work on this because you don't want to bruise just because of your condition. So something that we can do during our next treatment is focus on being able to fully scan our environment, look for any safety hazards, and try to learn how to accommodate around the obstacles of the living room, for instance. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is your acuity. That can impact how you read directions when you're even driving on the road. So, being able to read things that are close to you, even like the stop sign or even the stoplight. So for that, I would say, if you don't have corrective lenses currently, I would like to refer you to an optometrist so you can get corrective lenses. And another thing that we could do is work on using a magnifier to make things a little bit bigger, or use some sort of contrast to identify things a little bit better for you. And I think that's something that we could do the next time around. For your pupils, I noticed that it was a little bit hard at one point for your eyes to adjust to the light. So I was thinking that we could work on some sort of puzzle using different lighting and practice, having your eyes accommodate to the light in those different settings.
Okay.
For your double vision, this is something that can impact your cooking and possibly driving. So I would like to, practice fixating on an object and focusing on that. So we can do a cooking activity where we work with dough, and the whole entire time you have to make sure that your vision is just one solid object and not many other things. And I can cue you.
So I can knead the dough.
Yeah, I can cue you to tell you like if you're struggling with your double vision to try to focus on that object. So for your field of vision, that's something that can impact your ability to play sports or even like driving. It can impact like your periphery, and this can, you can get into accidents, or like people can be coming on, different sides of the road and you just don't see it. And that's something that is a big concern.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And when parking too, and being able to see the cars on both
yeah.
sides of you.
Parking is a good example of that.
Yeah.
I was thinking for this we could do some catching activity where we practice throwing and catching from different angles of your body, just so like you can see it, like practice learning to see from different sides, and learning to catch in your peripheral vision also. Okay. For your saccades, this can impact your job participation, like reading documents, just being able to like scan something in order to, pick up like the bold words or anything of that nature. So I think it would be really fun to do a Where's Waldo activity. So you could scan the busy environment and, identify Where's Waldo. That's a classic game. So I feel like that would be something that you would enjoy.
You're right. You feel right.
So for your convergence, this can impact just your daily like activities in general because it can cause headaches. Something that we can do is also refer you to an optometrist, and we want to get you focusing on things like within your midline. So maybe something like knitting, focusing that like directly in front of you and practicing that skill will help you with your convergence. For range of motion, this also impacts your depth perception, just like, with your mobility, you ended up tripping over stuff. With range of motion, that could be impacted also. So we could practice scanning once more and even practice using like good vision with walking up and down the steps and making sure you like try to practice not to trip on them. For accommodation, this also can impact your driving and the signs that you see or, may not see. So for that, we would also like to refer you out to an optometrist. And we can work on tasks like typing, where you would see the little letters on your keyboard, and then on like a Word document have it be bigger letters, and just focus on like accommodating to the distance of the screen, the distance of the keyboard, and working back and forth. Pursuits, this can impact your balance, and I feel like, balance is essential for your day-to-day activity, for standing, for cooking. And I would like to do a laser pointer treatment where we would put something on the wall and then we would identify things and just follow the track of the laser, within close range, of course. And then lastly, your spatial relations. This can impact your ability to dress, and I feel like this could be a good thing to do next week would be like working on buttoning a shirt and being able to do it in line without, skipping a hole or skipping a button. So I feel like, if we work on these things, and we can, assess you again down the road, I feel like your assessment might look a little bit better then. So I look forward to working with you and hope that these sound good to you.
Yeah, that all seems like very manageable tasks. I think I can do all those.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me. I hope you have a really good night.
Thanks for all the suggestions.
Yeah, no problem.